I was in Gauteng for something else. The camera gear wasn't even meant to come out. But then I walked into the Orion Cub hangar. No polished tour, no script. Kevin and his team were deep in it. Rivet guns firing, drills whining, welding torches going. The kind of noise you only hear when aeroplanes are actually being built. We started talking materials, thermal contraction, how they manage stress across a 32-foot wing. And before I knew it, we were in too deep. We never shot the intro, we just got into it. Some call it Africa's answer to the Carbon Cub. Maybe they're right. Cruise 100 miles an hour on a Rotax 912, up to 120 knots with an Edge Performance kit. STOL 26 mile an hour, VNE 150 mile an hour. Useful load 420 kilos. This is the Orion Cub. Okay, so we're up in Johannesburg. I'm with my dad, and we off to Orion Cub to go and check the factory out in the airplane. The plan was to maybe fly, but it sounds like there's been a lot of rain for 3 weeks, so we'll see what happens. Okay, so we're at the Orion factory. I'm pretty blown away by the quality and the workmanship on these aircraft. This airplane is massive. It's a lot bigger than what you would think. I mean, have a look at the rotor. It sounds pretty big. I mean, it's taller than what I am, which on photos it doesn't look that way. But I mean, it's super neat. Everything's done pretty neatly. That's Kevin. He's the owner of Orion Cub, and he jumped straight to it. So we didn't even have time to do an intro.
To the actual aircraft frame, and that's what we're using.
And how did you get to designing the airplane? Because I know you were into models. Same.
How did I get to doing this? I must have landed in my head when I was a kid. I don't know. 2005, I designed my first aeroplane called the Teddy. It was a wooden airframe. Something that I really wanted to do, and it's been since I was a kid. Building models now, why not just make it bigger? So I made a wooden aeroplane covered with fabric, and it worked, and it flies very, very nicely. But I suddenly realized that you couldn't do that and make kits for somebody. It's too much of a labor of love. You're not going to be able to get money out of it. You're going to spend too much time. So I shelved that for a while, and then I started, in 2012, I started designing the new wing that I have fused here. And running out of money every time you run out of money, because building airplanes is not a cheap option. When you're doing it in bulk specifically. I went on and just shelved it again. Came back in 2020 and I decided I'm going to do this. And I got a partner involved, and we were able to finance what we got. And then I decided 4130 is the way to go, because it's easier to put together. So you have to go and learn how to weld. So I had to go to welding school and I had to learn how to weld so I could get a welding license to do what I'm doing. And it just progresses. I've always wanted to build airplanes. It's something that it's just been this thing in my life that I want to build an airplane. And I don't want to build one, I want to build a factory. And I want to see these airplanes growing. And it's gone from the little seed to what you see around with all the airplanes, and it's starting to become reality. And it's become almost, look in articles and you suddenly see pictures of the airplane. You see an airplane flying in Australia and you go, hey, that's something that we've done. That's absolutely awesome. It's absolutely awesome. We've just got raw materials that turn into aeroplanes that fly. That's quite incredible, actually. Identify them quite simply by putting a color dot on it. As we take them off the CNC machine, put them here and they get labeled, and once they are assembled, it remains with that wing all the way through. So that's what we're doing there.
Right off a Rotax 912 ULS, all the way up to 200 horsepower. It's quite a machine here. Okay, so Tian, Tristan, John, this is how tall it actually is. It's looking at the engine installation. I've done a couple of them and this is next level. Everything's super neat, remote mount. And the guys with the big hands, the access hatches are pretty big. And there's my first seat. And there's three of them over here, so you could get to everything pretty easily. So Tian, you'd be able to get your big hands in here, or whoever has big hands, maybe the American guys or the farmers, will be able to get their big hands in there. Space is insane. It is massive inside here. So, I mean, there's my hand. I could literally I could sit legs open and I wasn't able to touch the side. These pedals, rudder pedals, brakes, it's all super neat, super like tidy CNC'd. And then if you look into the back here, you could probably sleep in the back. Apparently on the newer models, this X-Brace is slightly different on the other ones. But everything's super neat in here. Like, there's nothing's out of place. Everything is just top quality workmanship.
The basic kit is a flat pack wing, which in other words, you'll have to make a jig to put the wing together the same as we do. The leading edges have been formed, so you don't have to bend anything. The ribs and everything are formed, but you will have to do the bulk of the work. We've got other airplanes where the wings are complete and you have to do all the work on the fuselage, or we've got others where you've done a lot of work on the fuselage and 3/4 of the work on the wings, where you put the wing tanks in the final wing skin and you put the wing tips on. So there's various stages. We've got probably 5 or 6 different things, and we're trying to cater to most of the people. Some people have a problem with fabric covering. They just can't get their head around it. We can fabric cover for them. That's also fine. A lot of the guys have asked us to do the wings because the wing done in a jig that's perfectly straight, we know it works. They like to have that done. Some of the stuff that goes overseas, we're actually covering the airframe and leaving the wing because they feel that they can do the aluminium parts a lot easier than they can do the fabric, and that's what we're doing. So we're trying to cater to all needs, and I'm not saying we'll always get it right, but that's what we're trying to do. The fuel lines, you'll fit fuel caps, you will fit stringers, baggage door things you're going to fit the whole trim system. We prefer to put it all together now because it's so easy to get to. Get it up and running, put the wires in. So that's basically what you get. The tail sections will come, you're going to fit them finally, drill the holes to keep them in, sit bracing wires. Tail wheels. I always think when you're building a kit, assemble as much as you possibly can to make sure that it fits 100%. If there's one little thing you want to do, ream a hole, once it's covered it becomes more difficult. So we do exactly the same. We've pre-assembled absolutely everything and then we remove the stuff. Cover the airplane, and again you can decide whether you want to cover the inside, which is a lot of work, or you want to just cover the outside.
Yeah.
But the covering materials in the kit, we use Stewart glue. We've got the weave sealers in the kit as well. It's a metal window frame and the window fits into it. So you fit the frame and rivet it to the skin. You put the windows in, you put the doors on and do the same. All the skins are cut to size. You will have minor adjustments to them, but it'll be more trim with a file than anything else.
And you can see everything's rolled really nicely and worked in really nice. Like the windows even super flush.
You've got everything in the kit: wheels, brakes, covering materials, the hinges, the hardware, virtually everything that you're going to need. Other than what people want to come and do is they want to add lights or they want to do something specific for themselves. Then they will be able to put that in themselves at that point. But to build a flying aeroplane, you have everything except engine, propeller, and avionics. So we do offer an upholstery kit which you can get afterwards. It basically sticks into the base of the seat and the backrest. From a basic kit to a completed aeroplane shouldn't take you more than about 450, 500 hours max.
That's quick. Is that all?
That's it. Because everything that we've done is prefab. The wing skins have got holes in, everything's there. So you're going to do dimpling. You're going to do basic chores. All the riveting is a Avex pull rivet. So there's no riveting that you have to do with back, bucking and back riveting. Is limited to what we've done in the doublers on the spars, and all the rest of the riveting you put together with a pop riveter. So you can have a pneumatic riveter. It just makes your life easy. And you can do it with one person. That's the beauty of it.
Yes.
So obviously there are tasks where 2 people are always going to be easier, especially when it comes to the wing, because you can't get behind the wing skin always to get the thing in the center. But it's minor work. You can get somebody to help you, just little kid, wife, if she was interested, could do it. The whole purpose of trying to get the aeroplane built as quickly as possible is, I've done a lot of research, and specifically in the States, but it comes across, if an original buyer doesn't finish the aeroplane in 2 years, it normally gets passed to the next guy. If he doesn't finish it in 2 years, it gets passed on. Obviously there's exceptions to that rule. In general, we try and get the aeroplane under 2 years. So what's nice about our aeroplane is you can take it out of the crate, put the seat in it, you can actually sit inside your airplane. You can, within 1 weekend, you can have the whole tail on, and you can have the tail wheel on and connected, and you can actually go, hey, this thing's working and looks like an airplane. So because of the fabrication, the way we've done it, it's relatively simple to put together, even for a person who hasn't done it.
Cool things about this wingtip is it's got a bit of a design like this, so it's not just for looks, it actually helps push the airflow over the aileron, which is pretty impressive. It's a really nice airplane, massive, but so beautiful. And then we have, on this aircraft, we have the big tires, 27.5-inch Aero Classics. And then suspension in there, so it's not bungees, which is really cool. Everything just fits. It's not overcomplicated, simple but efficient and super neat. And then also on these, sort of the kit going out, so everything's sort of nice and neat and packed, and instruction manuals and things.
And support from the factory while you're busy building?
We're here all the time. During the office hours, even on emails, we'll send photographs. That's the most important. Our build manual is very much a Meccano type thing. It's exploded views. So when you're putting something together, it's a complete exploded view. And it's almost self-explanatory because it shows you which washer goes where, it shows you what you're going to put into the assembly with minimal words. We try not to have words. It's the easiest way to confuse somebody. But if there is an issue, phone us, we go, this is how you do it. We believe that from our manuals you shouldn't have too many issues, but there will always be. There's always new people doing things that are not having experience, and we'll be there to help them, absolutely.
What would you recommend that a beginner, what kind of skills should he have? So I like this airplane, I'm going to build an airplane now. What skills should he have to start?
That's a difficult one. Basically, must be able to hold a drill and put a prop rivet in. I think that's probably the most difficult task. Measuring, but because of what we've got, it's actually quite simple. There's not a lot of difficult tasks. We've kept it to the minimum. We try not to get it done. So if a guy can use a hacksaw and a file and a bit of sandpaper, he can drill it. I'm fairly sure he'll make a reasonable effort at building an aeroplane. The covering is probably the place that they will get to, and they might be surprised how easy it is. Don't let it intimidate you. It's a hand skill, go and do it. Any guy who's got any type of practical skills should be able to build an aeroplane.
You must be able to read a picture.
Absolutely.
And use your hands and your brain a bit.
Yes, and go and look at what other people have done as well, because it paints 1,000 words. If you're not happy or you're not sure of how something is done, you phone us, we send you a couple of photographs, and all of a sudden the light comes on, that's how it gets done. In our manuals, which are pictures, it should actually show them the easy way of putting it together. Yeah. How the hinge fits, instead of trying to write a huge paragraph on how we fit the hinge. I'll show you a photograph, an exploded view, and you'll be able to see how it goes together. I think it's the easiest way.
This is also obviously a lot of stainless steel. The airframe is chromoly, which is really nice. Aluminium wing. So it's fabric, fuselage, aluminium wing.
It's not always about the money. If you have a passion, you will find the money. Just ask somebody who smokes or somebody who drinks. They will always have money.
I love that.
So it's very simple.
Yes.
So
yes.
The passion is just different. If you have a passion for something, other people will come along and they'll assist you. And that's what I've found. Every time I bump my head against an obstacle, I go, how do I do this? Somewhere else, the door opens and somebody says, oh, I know so-and-so, he might be able to help. And it's just this big snowball. And the more you do it, the more friends you get, the more passion that's out there, the easier it becomes. And that's another thing you asked about, building your own aeroplane. What skill do you need? The biggest one is passion and never give up.
Okay, so that's the Orion factory tour done. Sucks about the rain, but anyway, the air feels really nice and the planes are insane. So thanks, Orion. Impressive job. And yeah, anyone want a bush baby? Maybe. Anyway, thanks Dad for driving.
Welcome. Yeah.
My first and last impressions were the size of that airplane. The photos don't do it justice. I don't know what you think.
Absolutely, and the attention to detail.
Yeah, everything's super neat. Like it's rounded. It's clean. It's there's paintwork. It's just really good workmanship. So anyway, thanks Orion Cub. Hope you guys enjoyed.